There's a rabbit that keeps showing up in your yard. The first time you didn't think much of it, but now she keeps returning in the quiet early mornings or just before sunset, and you've started wondering why she chooses your yard over all the others on your street. A wild rabbit that keeps coming back is never there by accident. Rabbits are prey animals, and every decision they make is based on safety. So when a rabbit keeps returning, it means she has already made an important choice. Scientists have found that this behavior usually points to a few key reasons, and most of them are not what people expect. Some are practical, and some are surprisingly emotional. So take a moment, get comfortable, and let's begin. Welcome back to Backyard Wildlife Mind, the channel where we quietly observe the small wild lives sharing our backyards. She believes your yard is safe. The number one reason a rabbit returns is simple: safety. A rabbit lives its entire life as prey, constantly watched by hawks, foxes, owls, dogs, and anything that might be a threat. Research on rabbit behavior shows they create mental maps of their surroundings, ranking places based on how safe they feel. If she keeps coming back to your yard, it means she has placed it high on that safety map. She has observed it, paused at its edges, and slowly learned that nothing harmful happens there. Over time, she has come to see your yard as one of the few places where she can slightly relax her guard. That trust wasn't instant. It was earned slowly, one quiet visit at a time. She has found food in your yard. The second reason is closely connected to the first. Once a rabbit feels safe somewhere, she starts noticing what grows there. Rabbits eat many kinds of plants: clover, dandelions, fresh grass, garden shoots, and tender new growth along lawns. Studies show rabbits often return to places that offer both food and cover. A typical yard can provide both in the same space. If your yard has clover patches or soft garden plants she enjoys, she remembers it. She builds her visits around both food and safety, because for a rabbit, the two are never separate. She no longer sees you as a threat. This is something most people miss. If a rabbit keeps returning even when humans are around, she is responding to you specifically. Research shows rabbits carefully adjust their behavior around people, running from those who seem unpredictable and tolerating those who remain calm over time. If she no longer runs the moment she sees you, she has learned that you are not dangerous. That is a significant level of trust for a prey animal. For an animal whose survival depends on recognizing threats instantly, choosing to stay near a human is a major decision, and she has made it. She may be raising young nearby. This reason often surprises people and is common in spring and early June. A rabbit returning to the same area may actually be nesting nearby. Rabbits create shallow nests called forms, hidden in grass, under bushes or quiet corners, lined with grass and fur from the mother. Mother rabbits only visit their nests a few times a day, usually at dawn and dusk, to avoid attracting predators. That's why you may see her returning at the same times repeatedly. She may not just be visiting, she may be caring for young hidden nearby. A quiet corner of your yard may actually be a hidden nest where baby rabbits are growing safely under her careful protection.
She remembers you. Rabbits have stronger memory than most people assume. Studies show they can remember locations, routines, and even individual humans over time. The rabbit in your yard is learning your behavior. She knows when you come outside, the sound of your door, and how fast or slow you move. She builds a mental picture of you, just like she builds a map of her environment. Each time she returns, she is acting on what she has learned about you and whether you are safe to be around. She responds to the changing seasons in your yard. Rabbits are closely connected to seasonal changes. Their movement and behavior shift with temperature, daylight, and food availability. In spring, they may appear more often due to fresh plant growth and nesting activity. In colder months, they may return to yards that still provide food when the surrounding area becomes empty. Over time, their visits quietly mark the passing seasons, like a living reminder of the year's rhythm. Your yard feels calm to her. Rabbits depend on calm environments. Sudden noise, movement, or disturbance pushes them away quickly. Studies on wild rabbits show they consistently choose quieter, less disturbed areas for safety and survival. If she keeps coming back, it means your yard offers something important: stillness. Even small things, like predictable routines or quiet mornings, make your yard feel safe to her. Your yard has become part of her world. At this point, everything comes together. Safety, food, memory, and calm have turned your yard into a familiar place in her life. A rabbit's world is small and carefully mapped. It is made of safe zones connected by hidden paths through danger. Your yard has now become one of those safe zones she returns to again and again. She didn't owe that to you. You earned it simply by being calm and allowing your space to remain peaceful. She is not a pet. She doesn't belong to you. She simply chooses your yard again and again. And that choice means something powerful for a wild animal whose life depends entirely on avoiding danger. In her world, your yard has become one of the few places she trusts enough to return to. She will likely be there again tomorrow, just like before, sitting quietly in the grass. She asks for nothing. She only returns, and in doing so, she says everything she needs to say. The world is full of small, wild lives we rarely notice, and hers is happening quietly at the edge of your yard. If this story stayed with you, consider subscribing for more quiet wildlife moments. And maybe tomorrow morning, take a look outside. You might see her there again, just like always. She has been there all along.